So today, we're jumping into Monster Train 2, and we might have created a broken unit with the Zealot right here. And then we duplicated to make this run even crazier. But can our team reach Seraph, the final boss? Let's find out. Okay, let's go ahead and depart on our first Monster Train run today. We're going to be playing as Fel as our primary clan, Pyreborne is our allied clan, Pyroheart is going to be Proto Heart Cage, and we're going to be trying to rank up in our Covenant. Trying to get up as high as possible. Starting cards are going to be Just Cause and Firestarter. Hell yeah, let's go. Okay, so we do start off some random cards. We get Selfless Sacrifice, which is Consume Apply Damage Shields, which is going to nullify the next source of damage. It's kind of nice. It does cost 2 energy though, so it is going to be quite costly. We only have 3 energy per round. Golden Touch is deal 5 damage, but Slay gain a Dragon Horde. Dragon Horde is going to be a lot of loots. 2 energy as well, but 5 damage is pretty low. Then we got Magma Mauler, which is going to be 1 energy. It's going to be Unit though, and a Strike and Apply Pyrogel. And the more stacks you have Pyrogel, the more damage you're going to end up dealing from any source. Anyway, our final boss is going to be Seraph Aeternus, chosen of Dominion. That is a real mouthful, to be honest. But you're going to apply Corruption to your units. Anyway, let's begin. See what we can do today. When we start the run, we do get to upgrade a champion, and we do get to choose an artifact. So let's upgrade a champion first of all. Now we got 2 different Fels. We got the Vanguardian and we got the Unchained. Unchained seems insanely fun here. Shift, gain Valour permanently. And Valour is +1 damage per stack and raises armor if you're at the front as well. We also got Revenge Fel. Revenge applies Valour to friendly units. So if we take this Fel, we want to put as much units on each floor. Permastack and Valour seems insanely awesome too. But today I'm going to take the Vanguardian Fel. Since we got damage shields, Revenge is going to be really nice for that. Let's grab our artifact here. When you draw on any non-champion card, the cost is randomized. Our units get an extra upgrade slot. I mean, this sounds crazy. Our deck is pretty low cost. Self-sacrifices do cost a little bit more. It's not a whole lot more. Volatile Gauge. It sounds crazy. For our first run, maybe I don't take it. Maybe I just go for units get an extra upgrade slot. I mean, with Revenge Fel, we basically want as much units on one floor. That seems pretty good. But yeah, this is going to be our next fight. We're going to have a look ahead though. We have to make our way through all this until we get to the final boss. I'm not going to go the whole way there because it takes a while to get there. But anyway, let's go into our first fight and see what we can do. As well, now we're going to have trials. Activating trial will make this battle more difficult, but you earn extra rewards if you do win. At the start of the battle, enemy units appear on each floor, but we get 75 gold. Well, yeah, we're going to be trying now. Yeah, I think we got this. Now the thing is, we have spaces, floor capacities. So Fel is going to cost 2 spaces, Shield Stewards do cost 3, Magma Mauler does also cost 2, so we can't stack up as much units on each floor as much as we want. So if you haven't seen how the game actually works, monsters are going to enter down below on the bottom floor, they're going to make their way up through the second floor, through the third floor until they get to our pyre. And they're going to try deal damage to our pyre, and if you run out 80 HP here, then we do lose. So we've got to protect at all costs. So then we can choose between starting on first floor, second floor, third floor, but since we did have that trial, we kind of want to set up on the top floor. So that's exactly what I'm going to do here. Set up on the top floor to protect our pyre so we don't take any damage. We're going to place your units down. We're going to have Fel in front, since you're going to have Revenge and Magma Mauler in behind. So yeah, I'm going to be moving on. The problem with Magma Mauler being on the top floor is Pyrogel, to make the most use of it, we do need you up top. Or down below, I mean. Literally the opposite of what I said. Yeah, don't mind me. Anyway, Firestarter, we're going to take a unit out. So they don't actually reach up, which is kind of nice. You're going to take a lot of damage. Now, if we did set up bomb floor, we would have taken a lot of damage from these units because they summon a bunch. I do want to actually apply Valour to Fel here to start stacking up our damage, but we could also be taking out units as well. I'm kind of going to do a little bit of bulk here because you get a little bit of block as well, which is kind of nice. I will, however, take out one of the enemies because if we don't, 3 enemies, he's going to be our max here that we can fit up. We take those units out. They attack our Shield Steward. We enter back, we take out 1 enemy, that's going to be 3 up top. And we're going to start making our way up. Now we got this unit as well, we have to take you out because you're going to be 5, you're going to be 50 gold. So we definitely have to take you out. Up top's going to be alright. You healing this unit is not going to be that great. It doesn't really matter too much because you're only going to deal 8 damage, but I would like to do a little bit of chip damage on this unit. And we could use our Golden Touch. Get a Horde. Am I going to be greedy? Hell yeah, I am. And do we stack up damage? It'll be great in the final fight, or in the boss fight, but I'm going to take out the healer here so we do a little bit more chip damage to these units. Now, Fel is taking a lot of damage. We do need to stack up more Valour so we get more block as well. But we should have our damage shields as well, which should be incredibly awesome. That's for sure. You're actually going to break through, so I'm going to have to use a Just Cause here. Still going to break through, which means we can't place our damage shield. That's perfect. Our Pyre shouldn't take any damage. You have 9 HP, so I'm going to place our Spear Steward in behind this Shield Steward. Even though we could have done a little bit more chip damage to this enemy, but yeah, I think we're going to be okay. Potentially. Because with our Revenge, we should have stacked up a little bit more Valour on the units. So we should be pretty good here. 43 damage from these two alone is pretty good. You're taken out, which is awesome. We could grab ourselves more greediness. Hell yeah, yeah. 2 out of 8. We can only get 8. That is the max for sure. And I think we're going to stack up a little bit more damage on Fel with a little bit more block. Awesome. We're going to do some big damage to the boss down below. And I forgot to mention how the boss fight actually works. Basically, it's relentless. Either our units die or the boss dies. But we should have a good bit of damage on Fel. We should have a little bit of block here. 18 block, which means you're going to survive 2 hits at least. 25 overall, so you're going to survive 3 hits. That's going to be pretty much 120 damage. So maybe actually, you could be in trouble. You're going to apply a bunch of Pyrogel, which means you're going to take a little bit more damage as well. You're going to one-shot our Shield Steward because we have no health. And we'll see what we can do right now. We do manage to take him out, and Fel does survive. Not too bad. Let's apply some damage shields. Some spells can only be played once per battle. Cards will consume or placed in the consume pile. When played, they'll not be available again until next battle. Kind of assumed that, to be honest. But hey, you want to take 8 damage right now? Let's apply a little bit more. And yeah, not too bad. We didn't take any damage to Pyre, even taking the trial. Kind of amazing. And awesome. Big old smashing damage. Another thing is, if you set up bottom floor, you're going to end up getting more points. If you're all about points, bottom floor, taking no damage, that's all you want. However, not in our first run today. So we can take another selfless sacrifice. It's kind of nice, but it's a little bit too high cost for it. We could take Warbler, which grants us quick and quick as attacking before units do their combat. That's not great. It's counterintuitive to our Fel, our champion. So I'm not going to be taking any of these, to be honest. Melee weakness is kind of good too, but it is what it is. Now, lava armor is also pretty much what we're going to be doing. So I'm thinking about doing this. This is an equipment. It's going to be a little bit different than these cards right here, these spells. We're going to equip it to a unit, and it's going to stay on it until we equip something else, or that unit perishes. But yeah, let's take our lava armor. Now, the Pyreborne clan can earn dragon horns. Rewards grow as you collect more. You can loot it now or save it for later. You can collect anytime from your map. But you look at the loot levels, it's written right here where my mouse is. At level 3, we get an artifact, so we definitely don't want to take it just yet. It's like 1 of 3 minor artifacts. We get a selection from that. We get a little bit more golds, and if you go crazy, all the way up to 8, you can go even further, which is madness. Yeah, I'm probably just going to hold off till we get 3 or 4. I think that's probably going to be our best bet, so let's save for now. We could also just take it if we need the golds. We'll see. Since we got an extra upgrade unit, I think we're going to go to as much Merchant of Steels as possible. Although I do like Merchant of Magic, decreasing the cost of our selfless sacrifices. Well, let's go here. Let's get a unit before we check the shop. Unfortunately, I don't really like these units. Miser is a 1-slot unit. That's going to be kind of awesome. We can just stack you in. So we're always going to get 10 gold on hit with Miser. We also got High Head with the ability Fire Breathing. Deal damage equal to this unit's attack to enemy units twice. It's actually kind of nice. We can stack up a lot of damage with Fel and deal a lot of damage with the ability on a cooldown of 2. We're still going to take Miser though. Miser, let's go to Merchant Multi-Strike Dualism. Holy money. If you don't know what these are, Multi-Strike basically gives an additional attack, and Dualism doubles the stacks of armor, buff, and debuffs and stat effects applied by the unit. Now, we could actually go crazy with Miser, but I mean, multi-striking Magma Mauler here sounds crazy. And we should have just enough, well, a little bit more than enough, to actually get both of them. Hell yeah, that's going to be straight up nuts. Now, I was hoping that it would apply to multi-strike, but it doesn't, unfortunately. But applying multi-strike is going to be... Applying 16 Pyrogel is crazy. And we only got 20 gold left. We're going to have a lot of upgrades, 3 slots. So I'm thinking about just taking a little bit of extra damage on our Miser here. I think it is going to be worth it. It's not nice. It's not great to be getting small upgrades, but I think it's still going to be worth it. Now next round, I might actually go towards a Merchant Magic for another Pyreborne clan unit. But first of all, let's take on the next boss. The -1 energy per turn is pretty darn rough. It is 75 golds, but we're going to have to take it anyway. We'll see if we're going to take a crap ton of pyre damage. We can set up bottom floor, which I'm down for. Magma Mauler, we can place our Miser in as well. I think we should be in a pretty good spot with our double Magma Mauler. Double attack and Magma Mauler with our Miser here. If Shield Steward goes down, we can't place it down there. Next one. And yeah, we're going to move on. The preview number shows the amount of damage each unit will take during the next combat. A red X means the unit will be defeated. Now we're going to have to take out these units as much as possible. We're going to spend 2 energy here to actually get rid of it. Although I do want to be stacking up our damage with Just Cause. We could use our Fire Starter here, or we could just be greedy. You know what? I'm going to be greedy when I can. This unit dies thanks to Magma Mauler and Miser, which is kind of awesome. Hell yeah. You spawn up in the middle floor, which is amazing for us for sure. And unfortunately, you do survive here. Unless I bring you to the front, which is not too bad. Now I'm going to apply some damage to Fall so we get a little bit of block back as well. We get our monies from that unit. We stack up our revenge. And hell yeah. Big old smashing smashers. This dual striking Magma Mauler is going to be crazy. We've drawn our equipment card. It's a little bit late. These cards can be attached to a unit inside the train. Once attached, you improve the unit in various ways. Only one equipment can be attached to a unit at any time. It's going to be fantastic for the boss fight. Yeah, so I'm going to apply that. Applying Pyre Gel, lots and lots of stacks of Pyre Gel is just going to be exponential damage scaling. As long as we can keep Fall alive here. Now you're going to be taken out, so we should be good. I'm going to apply more damage to Fall, get a little bit of block, and we'll see how we get on with the boss. Can we beat him down? Hell yeah, we can. Not too bad here. Even Fall survives. Let's go ahead and grab another relic here, another Dragon's Horde. Not too bad. We didn't take any pyre damage again. Hell yeah. I think this Magma Mauler was crazy to get. Literally crazy. Big old Miser smashing damage to finish it off. Kinda nuts. Yeah, we got a ton of value, ton of percentage. We got a ton of points from this, which is amazing. I'm not going to be too much involved with points if we take pyre damage. We're going to take pyre damage. Now we could just take Divinity here. 3 cost, apply a bunch of Valour. I don't think I actually want it. I'm not sure if I do want it. It costs quite a bit. More damage shields will be amazing, but I don't want to. Actually don't really want a lot of these, so I'm going to skip it. Now, honestly, Golden Touch I don't really want. Fanning the Flame here, deal 3 damage to a random enemy unit. Slay, increase the damage by 3 permanently. He sounds awesome, but dealing 3 damage to a random enemy unit is going to be a bit tough to get. Scaling damage is also a ton of fun. Now, Pyrocast, consume, apply 10 Fire Gel. I'm just going to take our monies. Now, do we actually just upgrade this, or do we hold out till we try to get 8 here? If we go 1 more, take out 2 more enemies, we get a lot more value. I think I'm going to be greedy here. We're going to save it. We're going to try. A Merchant Magic and a Pyreborne unit. Earn equipment and Pyramains. Well, 50% of this is wasted. Grabbing health. Merchant Magic is going to be really great. Yes, I'm going to go here. But first of all, we do have this Celestial Alcove, which is going to be an event. Event is going to be something awesome, hopefully. We'll see. A cluster of 3 large crystals containing entropy strength. So this is going to be an upgrade. Upgrade is spell to gain triple stack. But we do get a card that is unpurgeable and reserve spells in your deck cost +1. That's crazy bad for us. Entropic Growth. Permanently gain 5 magic power when you reserve it. That's kind of nuts. You can hold it in your hand for every combat and just have 1 big explosion by the end. Or upgrade a spell to cost -4. I mean, getting triple stack here on our damage shields will be kind of nuts. It would make every card in our deck useless outside of that once we do draw this card. So honestly, I think I'm just going to leave this, unfortunately. I don't think it's going to be worth grabbing. I could be wrong. Enticing as it might be, perhaps it's best to leave him here. I think it's going to hurt us in the long run. If we took that volatile gauge, hell yeah, that would have been nuts. But we didn't. Let's grab a unit first of all. Gold 2. 15 damage per 100 gold you started the turn with. Or another Miser. Gold 2 sounds kind of crazy, does it not? 15 damage per 100 gold. I'm going to take him. Merchant Magic. And -1 cost, gain intrinsic. Now there is upgrades that can remove consume. Which is kind of nice. So what I'm going to do is, I'm actually going to apply 20 damage with consume on a golden touch for now. -1 cost with intrinsic, I do want to grab as well, potentially. We can use it here. And potentially look for that remove and consume. But I also mean just applying this here, 0 cost. I think it's going to be worth it. Holdover means whenever we do use the card, we draw it again, so we can constantly use your just cause here. We could have also applied it to our golden touch as well, but -2 cost with consume. How about we just remove 2 cards? Since we draw another unit, I think I'm going to remove one of our shield stewards and one of our spear stewards as well. We can still upgrade this. I'm going to leave for a second because I do want to check the next area. Merchant of Steel I'm probably going to go to, unless Pyroman's not great. We can go for some more trinkets. But again, I want to be going for as much Merchant of Steel. Since, yeah, I'm probably going to be holding on. I'm not going to waste our monies here. Let's take out our first mini-boss. Arkion, the Scion of Savagery. You push attacked units to the back. Maybe not so great. Definitely not great for our fall, our revenge fall. So we're going to set up Fella on the bottom floor. With a Magmauler, with Miser in behind, to make use of the Pyrogel stacks. Gold Tooth's going to sit on this floor. We can't place our Shield Steward. It's going to have to do for now. Arkion is the strongest boss you face yet. He moves between floors freely, but can be attacked if you clear other enemies on that floor. So it's good to know. You're going to spawn, you're going to rotate between the top floor, second floor, and first floor. Which does make the combat a hell of a lot more variety here, especially taking on mini bosses. You can take out this boss before you even get down to the waves, if you have a crazy nuts build. That's for sure. Now we do want to apply lava armor. We're going to get a little bit more HP. And yeah, we take out these units. Allowing these healers to go up top doesn't really matter too much. I do kind of want to place down a Spear Steward. You're probably going to be one shot, but that's okay. We don't necessarily really want to keep you there. Let's apply some Valour. Let's apply some Valour. Let's go. We get pushed to the back. We can just advance your unit if you get pushed to the back, which is kind of nice. But hey, not too bad. Taking out the first wave, pretty decent here. And we got a pretty high health unit. It triggers after combat. You're going to get 4 damage, but take 20 damage. Now, Fella's going to take a lot of damage here. Are we going to be super greedy? We can block quite a bit. Or we could just Golden Touch here. And get our horde stacked up. That's exactly what we're going to do. It's 26 damage to the boss. It's not crazy damage, but it is getting up there. Oh yeah. Now we're actually stacking up a lot of bunnies, which is kind of nice. So we're actually building up our money throughout the combat as well, which is really, really nice here. Unfortunately, we can't get our monies from this, our horde, which is not so great. We do need Fella to come back to the front, so you get your freaking armor stacked up. We got 3 Pyrogel on Friendo here. We place in our Shield Steward actually. Block a little bit of that damage. We apply this here for now. We do a little bit more chip damage. This unit is going to squeak through, but that should be okay. We should be able to apply some damage. And hopefully use our consume horde on that as well. Wait, not too bad. Yeah, you're going to get to the next floor. We can potentially... We didn't draw our card, unfortunately. But we have the potential to use it on the next round. Which is going to be nice. Would have liked to use it this round. Holy moly, we're dying. Can we save Fel? Hell yeah. That was super clutch. I'm going to try to build up some armor on Fel. That's the best we can do. We could be in trouble here going up against this boss, to be honest. With Fel, I've taken so much damage. Yeah, we might not survive against the boss. You're going to walk up. You don't trigger this. You don't take 20 damage, do you? No, you still survive. Now, unfortunately, we're going to use a Golden Touch up here. Now, Fel doesn't survive if we bring Fel to the front. Unfortunately. Now, we can save our dragon some HP as well by dealing some damage here. Which I'm kind of down for. Save our HP just in case we lose units here. We get pushed to the back. And yeah, we take out this unit. Final wave is going to come out. The boss is here. Are we going to be able to survive here? Hell yeah, we are. That's awesome. Literally awesome. Now, funny enough, if we actually didn't save our friendo here, we actually would have been in a pretty good spot because we could have slayed as well. Now, if I bring Fel to front, are we going to lose? We'll see. Nope. Everyone survives. Hell yeah. Not too bad. Taking on Arkion, the Scion, the Savagery, taking no pyre damage once again. Which is kind of awesome. Big old smashing Magmauler looking crazy, crazy good. We got 3,900 points, 150 golds. We got a rare card, I think. Blood-soaked Arena, friendly units, gain Valour on Slay. Apply 3 Valour when a unit gains Pyregel, it gains plus 3 stacks. So we could take this, actually. We're going to be playing a lot of Pyregel. You know what, I'm going to take it. And we got Zella, which has Sweep, attack all enemy units. Action, apply 5 Pyregel to enemy units. We got another Revenger, and we got Summon, plus 10 damage and plus 10 health for each horde. Which is kind of nice. The Zella is crazy though. Action as well. We're going to have to take the Zella. But we do have Chasing Mag right now. We could take Energy, we could take Draw, or we could take Space. Honestly, with our units, we've no way to place them in between other units. I'm thinking about taking units here. Energy would be awesome too though, so we can actually place our units in. To be honest, but I'm going to take Space. With Revenge Fell, we want to do or have as much units in as possible. Now, we could wait. It's going to be pretty much the same wars, except we can select our artifact. Or we take it right now, we get 50 golds. We get a random artifact. I think I'm going to take it right now. I think it's going to be worth taking right now. Hell yeah. Dragon Whelps gain plus 8 damage. When the enemy unit ascends, they gain 2 Pyregel. When you damage your own unit, reduces cooldown by 1. Dragon's Whelps. We got 2 dragon units. Being our Magma Mauler, I think that's going to be crazy actually. We got so much dragon units. With triple, yeah, I'm going to take that. Just place 8 damage. Plus 1 energy per turn, but minus 3 deployment ember. I can't take that. If we take that, we won't be able to place our units in. Yikes. Unfortunately, yeah, we just can't take it. And we won't be able to place any units in. We got events, we got trinkets, we got monies. That would be awesome. We got Merchant of Steel with an equipment or room card, and Pyre Health. Again, the Pyre Health is not going to do anything for us since we're full HP. But Merchant of Steel, I do want to grab as much as possible, so I'm going to still go to Ray. But first of all, we can upgrade our champion, and this is where the game is really, really awesome, because we can multi-class. We can go for Shift, gain Valour permanently, but I mean, if you're going to get this one, you kind of want this one from the start. But applying more Valour, yeah, we probably want to lean all into Vanguard on Fell. Let's grab our equipment room. Bloodthirsty Blade. This equipment gains plus 1 damage permanently. That sounds like a lot of fun. We can scale up quite nicely with that too. It's a way of getting scaling damage. Especially on someone like the Zella here. I'm actually going to take it. That seems like it's going to be a lot of fun. Let's go in here. Can we get multi-strike? Holy moly, we can. Double multi-strike Magmauler. Or a multi-strike in Sweeper. You're going to hit every unit. I think that's going to be nuts. Yeah, I'm going to have to upgrade that. We're going to upgrade that. Reduce to 1 cost or 1 slot. I don't really want. Upgrade health. I'm not sure we really want here either. Do we just grab more damage on Miser? Just stack up a bunch of damage. You know, I'm thinking about doing it. Just upgrade our Miser. We got a lot of slots. I'm going to reroll here. We got Dualism again. Holy moly. Dualism doesn't work though on Magmauler, unfortunately. Apply 10 Pyregel on enemy units. I mean, I kind of like it. We're going to be playing so much freaking Pyregel. Hell yeah. And Avarice, we can apply it on our multi-striking units. I don't necessarily really want it though. Titan is awesome. It reduces the damage incoming by half, which is going to be really, really nice as well. But I mean, we do want Fell to be our tank, so we don't really want this on anyone. We're going to apply it to gold too, but I think we're going to save our money here. We're going to save our money. I don't really want those upgrades. Let's grab a Pyre Health. I'm going to have a quick look at what's next. A Merchant of Steel with another Banished unit as well, with 2 removals. First an Artifact and a Merchant of Arms. Maybe I do want to go to Merchant of Arms. Who am I kidding? Another Merchant of Steel. Upgrade our units like crazy. Yeah, I'm going to go for gold 2 Titan here. That's pretty good. We're going to be moving on to the next fight. Let's see what we can do. We're going to get another trial though. At the start of battle, enemy units appear on each floor. Get 150 golds. Okay. Unfortunately, I accidentally didn't take it. Yeah, I'm a bit stupid. It is what it is. We learn from our mistakes. We move on. So we don't have to set up top floor, which is kind of nice. We're going to put Fell down on the bottom floor. We're going to place it on our Magmauler. And our Zolly here. And that is going to be literally crazy good for us. The only thing is we can't place our units in. So we don't have enough energy. However, we did draw our units. You've drawn a room card. These cards can be installed onto the floor of the train. Their gameplay effect persists until the end of battle. Only one room effect can be installed into the floor at any time. That's awesome. Yeah, I'm going to be playing this. We're going to be playing so much Pyrogel, it's not even going to be funny here. And we still can't place our Miser down. We can start stacking up our Horde again, which I'm kind of down for. Let's get a little bit of Valour too. And let's see how this plays out. Big smashing. That's so much. That's 51 Pyrogel. That hit for 73 damage. Which is crazy. Now I do want to place this Bloodthirsty Blade on our Zali here. Do you want to place our Shield Steward in? Along with our Spear Steward, do start getting rid of him here. The only thing is you're going to deal 18 damage. Then you're going to deal 44 damage. So our Zealots should be able to slay here. Stacking up the damage on the equipments as well. Amazing. You're going to be stacking up so much damage. It's going to be nuts. And we didn't draw a card to take that little enemy out. We can still take him out. It is going to cost us 2 spells though. 2 energy. It's definitely going to be worth it. And yeah, I'm going to place in Lava Armor here. Hell yeah. Applying a bunch of freaking Pyrogel. That's going to be straight up nuts. Unfortunately, we didn't get that slay, but Zella comes in, takes out the rest of the enemies. Yeah, it's kind of nuts. And we got a Golden Touch again. Are we going to sacrifice Slay here? I mean, I kind of want to. Hell yeah. We want to be super, super greedy. We can't place our Gold Tooth down, but that should be okay as well. Yeah, I don't think I'm going to place in our first starter. We could deal damage to our own unit to stack up our own thing as well, but I don't think I actually want to. It's a lot of Valour stacking up insanely fast. We do lose another Slay. It is what it is. We got our Miser in. It's a little bit too late, to be honest. Let's apply a damage shield to Fel. And I don't think we should have any issue here. Yeah, we should have definitely taken that trial. For sure. It's not even going to be close here, to be honest. So if you apply this here, we should be able to apply quite a bit of Pyrogel. But let's go ahead and apply some more Valour here. And hell yeah. Just let it play out. Unfortunately, we're not going to get a Slay. We should have probably tried to prioritize that, but I mean, that's doing 132 damage. Strikes. We have exponential damage scaling with the Pyrogel. We do have 75 golds. Not crazy. It is what it is. We'll take it for now. Lady Songbird will be kind of crazy to fit into our build as well. Valour on friendly units adds +1 damage per stack. Demonize, Descend, apply melee weakness. That's one where you can fit units in, but at the cost of taking double the next damage on a melee hit. Yeah, it's probably not going to be worth it. Consume, apply damage shield and gain 4 Valour. It's kind of nice, but I'm going to skip for now. We got a Stuck Up Whelp, which is apply Avarice to 2 friendly units. Gain 10 gold when a unit dies, or deal 20 damage to all enemy units. Honestly, yeah, don't really want any of these. We could start building up a second floor team. It's kind of crazy to go for multiple units, but yeah, I don't think I'm going to take it. Just leave for now. Let's save our big old loot to see can we get something kind of crazy in the next one. Merchant Steel. Yeah. Over Relic. I think so. Well, first of all, let's go ahead and look at our unit here. We got another Avenger. We also got a Sword Maiden. The Revenge is applying melee weakness. I don't think I want another Avenger or Revenger. Sword Maiden, summon and draw an equipment. I think if we're going to draw an equipment, it's not going to be that great for us. It will be kind of nice to try and get our Bloodthirsty Blade a little bit earlier. So I think I'm actually just going to skip for now. Merchant Steel, Endless, and Quick. Unfortunately, not great. Quick is cool and all, but it's counterintuitive to our Fel. We want Fel to be hit as much as possible. Quick makes your unit go first, which is not so great. So I think I'm just going to reroll here. Endless makes your unit come back, so we can sacrifice a unit all the time. Yeah, I'm just going to reroll here. Another multi-strike. Holy moly, that's nuts. I mean, a triple multi-striking sweeper. Yeah, that's too good not to take here. Everything else, honestly, not too much valuable here. I'm going to have a quick look at what's next. Merchant of Trinkets with a duplicate. It's also crazy. With monies, Merchant of Steel or Merchant of Magic. We don't have any more Merchants of Steel until much, much later on. So I think I'm going to remove a card here. We still had quite a bit of gold, actually. It's not terribly bad. I think I'm going to remove one of these fire starters here. Our deck is getting pretty full. I'd love to take out more. I'm glad we got Unstable Vortex. And I'm going to remove one Just Cause. And another freaking fire starter. Anyway, on to the next fight. Now, enemy units enter with Titan Skin. I'm going to turn this one on so I don't actually forget to do it. You're going to take 1 less damage per stack, which means, yeah, we need to hit him a lot. Big beefy units, don't do a whole lot to this unit. This boss. Now we got 4 Ember. Of course, I'm going to set up on the bottom floor. Wither Zealot. And a Magmar here. And yeah, we're going to move on. Big ol' units, we actually managed to get our Bloodthirsty Blade, which I'm down for. Hell yeah, that's going to be nuts. We could slay here. Actually, we can't. Tighten it, I forgot. Let's grab this armor for now. Let's go ahead and start stacking up our damage just a little bit as well. And I'm going to place our Shield Steward to start getting rid of you out of our deck. Unfortunately, I don't think we're going to be able to stack up any Horde this time. Super unfortunate unless an enemy squeaks by, which is not going to happen. Not with our friendo here. It's going to be awesome. We've got our Hell's Furnace. We do got to play this. I'd like to grab some damage shields, but I'd also like to place in our gold too. But no units are going to actually break through. Yeah, with the Zealot, we got crazy luck with the Zealot. Because that is a triple multi-striking sweeper, which is crazy. I mean, it's going to clear waves, which is nuts. Doesn't actually take out this unit. Actually, it does, because it does reanimate. What am I talking about? I'm going to golden touch the back unit just in case. We've got 1 Horde here anyway. I'm going to place in our Miser in front, which might not be the best idea. If you're going to deal 38 damage, you're going to deal 64 damage. We're probably going to miss out on some slays, but we're going to get some extra golds. I'm kind of down for it. It's a little bit of damage missed out on, but a little bit of gold stacked up so we can get some more upgrades. I think it's going to be worth it here. We still get some slays, which is awesome. And now this enemy here. This dude is a pain in the butt. The Adamant Shield Bearer, because you're going to apply sap. So unfortunately, yeah, I can't really use any of our spells here. I'm just going to go up top and apply to our good old dragon friend here. Hell yeah. And we're definitely going to miss out on a slay here because this unit is going to be murder-faced. We got some monies and 2 slays. That was literally the most perfect we could have got from that. Damage shields for Val. And you know what? A little bit more damage. Hell yeah. We got our action. And yeah, Fel actually gets taken out here, which is kind of crazy. Fel doesn't survive, but the boss doesn't survive here either. That's awesome. Now, if you apply some more damage... Nah, it still doesn't work. Apply a little bit more damage here for Pyregel. Fel, unfortunately, does get taken out, but... We'll see how this one pans out. Can we get a slay on the front enemy unit? Definitely not. And is our multi-striking triple dude going to get another slay? Actually, that counted as multiple slays, did it? I think it did. It could be crazy. Well, yeah. 225 gold, amazing. That's for sure. Now we got a heroic dive, descend and then advance a friendly unit, deal damage to the front enemy unit equal to 2 times this unit's armor. We can actually squish in units with this. You know, I'm kind of down for it. We could take this equipment for even more multi-strike, but I kind of like this. And we got a Walty Whelp, we got to make a rain, and we got to apply 10 Pyregel and deal 10 damage to enemy units. That's kind of nice. It does cost a lot. I'm not going to take it. Moneymaker, I'm not going to take here either. I'm going to skip for now. We can grab this right now, which I'm kind of down for. I mean, the next upgrade is going to be able to select our artifact. I'm not sure if we're going to be able to get 6 here. I think we save for now. We can always take it outside combat as well. Now the thing is, we can actually duplicate our Zealot here. Go crazy with our units. And with a rogue dive, we can always try to squish him down. You know what? Yeah, we're definitely going to head that way. We're going to grab our monies. Let's look at the trinket. On deployment phase, draw a room card from your deck, reduces cost to 0. On deployment, draw an equipment card from your deck, reduces cost to 0. At the start of turn, friendly units gain +5 if they're the only friendly unit on the floor. Well, to be honest, I do want to grab both of these. 0 cost units makes our deck a little bit better here. I'm going to leave. Check what's next. Merchant of Arms. Merchant Magic with 2 removals. I might actually go this way for the next time. Merchant of Trinkets, though. I'm going to reroll. See what else we get. Apply 5 Pyregel to enemy units when a Whelp dies. Not great. Valour grants 1 additional armor per stack. That's crazy, crazy good. You gotta take it. I'd like to remove a card, but that's gonna be too good not to take. And with that, yeah, I'm probably gonna duplicate our Zella here. Our Zella's gonna be crazy, crazy nuts. We're not gonna be able to play some on our first turn. We're gonna fit in somehow. Let's go on to our next mini boss, Cael, the Lord of Cherubs, and you're gonna grant more damage and lifesteal to enemy units. Okay, we should be okay with that. We should definitely be okay with that. Now we got a lot in our first rounds. We're probably gonna take energy because we're gonna get another one of these crystals here after beating Cael here. Now let's drop in Fail. Let's drop in Fell. Let's apply Hell Furnace. Let's apply our freaking Zella here. Let's apply Bloodthirsty Blade. And good old Magmauler comes in too. Now it's going to take quite some time to actually get back to our dude, which is going to be a little bit troublesome. Now Fell actually gets murder faced here. If we apply our lava armor here, we are going to survive. We're going to be pretty low health though. So we really need to start stacking up some block here to try and keep Fell alive. Now the thing is, we could place our gold tooth down, but I'm going to have to take out this unit so Fell doesn't take as much damage. It's not a whole lot less damage, but yeah, it's going to have to do. Fell is going to be pretty low, and we could be in a little bit of trouble here. Some big beefy boys. Are you going to survive here? You do survive. Holy moly, that's awesome. Now the unfortunate thing is, Cael being on this floor means we can't place our Zealot down on here. So we're going to have to actually not place him down. Now I'm going to have to apply more damage, more Valour to Fell so we keep Fell alive here. We're just going to move on. Oh yeah, some big smashing damage. This dude is crazy, by the way. If we could place 2 of these instead of Magmauler, yeah, glad he would. I'm going to place in Miser. We can actually grab another Dragon Horde here, which you know I'm kind of down for. Let's do it. We lose a little Slayer on our Zealot, but it is what it is. Now we apply so much Pyrogel to the boss, it's going to be nuts. That's for sure. 38 freaking Pyrogel. Amazing. The only thing is, actually, you don't apply Pyrogel on hit. It's only at the start of battle. So that is something to actually notice as well. Another thing is, I really want to place ourselves as a sacrifice on Fell, but I'm going to place our gold tooth down. That way, if we do draw our unit, we can stack him in behind gold tooth, keeping him safe as well. And we can place our spear thrower down as well. Yeah, not too bad. Fell should be pretty good with the Valour they're stacking up as well. Keeping Fell alive here, not too bad. We did get a Rogue Dive. Unfortunately, we didn't draw our card, our Zealot first of all, so we can use it here for a gold tooth, which I don't necessarily actually want. Now we could actually Dragon Horde again. I'm kind of down for it. And yeah, I'm just going to apply more block. More block, more damage. Hell yeah. And that's a bit of chip damage to the boss. It's not too bad. I'm missing out on a lot of slays, but it's still going to be quite a bit of damage with the Bloodthirsty Blade here. We got our Zealot, and I do want to place you down really, really badly. So yeah, that's exactly what I'm going to do. If you come back to the next floor, you're going to take a lot of pyro damage, or get a lot of Pyrogel once again. It's a lot of Pyrogel stacked up, which is kind of crazy. That's 57 Pyrogel on the boss. If you come back down to this floor again, I'm not going to survive. We got a Heroic Dive. I mean, I do want to play more Pyrogel, but how crazy is this going to be? Bring it to the front. No, this is a stacked freaking floor. Bring Fell back to the front. Hell yeah. We don't do a chip damage on the boss, but I mean, the boss is not going to survive here. That's for sure. That's going to be so much Pyrogel. It's going to be so much damage. It's going to be nuts. Now, the only thing is, not having this unit placed in straight away, yeah, it's not so ideal. So we don't get the benefit from Fell from the very beginning, unfortunately. But yes, now you're going to be close. How about we try to survive just a little bit? Yeah, didn't do anything. If we deal some damage, deal a little bit more damage, it is what it is. Fell is going to be smashing here. Big old damage, dealing crazy, crazy good damage. Big old smashers, once again. Hell yeah. We got a victory. We got a 5 upgrade, which I'm going to take this round, to be honest. Superheated, double the amount of Pyre Gel on a unit. That's kind of awesome. Draw a unit if you've 30 gold, spend it to apply 30 damage, average 15 and armor 15. We could take this actually. We could take this to upgrade a unit at the cost of 30 gold. I mean, it's getting close towards the end. You know what? Not going to take it actually. Now I'm going to take energy here. We could just grab our Heaven's Light so we can place a unit, but I think I want to grab energy here. The only reason to take extra energy is to look for potentially doing some golden touch. Place Rogue Dive if we draw it in the same turn as our Zealot. Place player self-sacrifices. I'm still going to take energy here. Maybe it wasn't the right play. We're going to take our monies. We're going to take a random artifact. When a unit gains Pyre Gel, it gains +1 stacks. I mean, that's just crazy. Conduit +1 magic power on. When you equip a friendly unit, apply 4 conduit. +1 magic power on this floor per stack. When an enemy unit ascends, they gain 2 Pyre Gel. We got to take Hellfire Blows. That's going to be too nuts not to take. Now I do want to decrease our deck quite a bit here as well. I also want to go to the Merchant Magic. I just want to get Remove Consume. Permanently remove Consume on Selfless Sacrifice. Permanent damage shields. Incredible. We could have also used this, but we couldn't place it on our Selfless Sacrifice. We could have also removed Consume on Heroic Dive actually. That would have been smart as well, because we could then just constantly draw enemies or units down to the bottom floor. I'm going to leave for seconds. I'm going to go to Unstable Vortex, and I'm going to get rid of some of our cards here. I'm going to get rid of a Shield Steward, along with a Spear Steward as well. Back to the Merchant Magic. I'm going to reroll here. -1 cost, minus Consume is what I'm looking for here. Now we actually could have taken Permafrost. We probably should have taken Permafrost. Yeah, that would have been clever for this as well. Then we could hold it in our hand permanently. So when we draw our unit, then we can just place it. Yeah, bit of a mistake there. I'm going to upgrade our self-sacrifice here to have -1 cost with intrinsic as well. Which means we're going to draw it after our deployment phase. It's a nice upgrade to -1 cost. I mean, I'm going to apply it to our self-sacrifice here. And upgrade a spell to have Consume. I'm going to apply it to our Golden Touch as well. And I'm going to leave for now. Actually, before I forget, we're going to upgrade our champion before I leave. But yeah, Vanguardian 3. It's going to be crazy to take this. I don't think anyone's ever going to take this in the final rounds. Or in the final 3 rings. But yeah, doubling from 2 Valour to 4 Valour. Yeah, that's going to be crazy not to take. Let's grab our Pyre Healths. Let's go. Let's see what we can do. Now, non-boss enemy units restore 150 health when they move off the floor, but gain 400 monies. Yeah, that's not going to be too much of an issue here. They're not going to move off floors. Got Rax the Overblessed, which is multi-strike, Rage 8, 20 regen, Spell Shield 2, Relentless, Resolve, Gain Rage. We definitely want to set up bottom floor. Hell yeah. Bottom floor again, this unit. That's for sure. We've got our Hell's Furnace. We got good old Fell. Actually, we can place in 2 for Zealots. Is that going to be better than placing in our Magma Mauler and our Miser? I mean, I'm pretty sure it is. The problem is, who the frick do we place this on? Which friendo? Do we place it on the back unit or the front unit? To be honest, I think the front unit. Because you're going to sweep first. Taking out the low cost unit. You take a lot of damage here. But good thing we got our damage shields. We take no more damage. We start to stack up a block. Hell yeah. And also, our unit is going to get hit still. Which is going to be awesome. Now, you don't actually activate your action here with this friendo alive. But, yeah, it should still be okay. That's for sure. We got our Magma Mauler. We got also our Lava Armor. We definitely want to place our Magma Mauler up top. Unfortunately, and our Miser is going to sit in behind this wall. We got a new enemy. They're going to grant a lot of damage to these units as well. But if we grant damage shield here, you also don't enchant. So I think I'm just going to do this. We could also take this unit out with Gold Touch instead. I'm kind of down for it. Hell yeah. Now the unfortunate thing is, we're only going to get 1 slay by doing that. I'm glad we still have our Magma Mauler up here, unless we got our Heroic Dive. Which means, yeah, you're going down below. The only thing is, Fel is not going to be in front. Now, do you want a golden touch? Start stacking up our hordes again. And I'm going to lava armor right now. But we do got to get it just cause. Bring in Fel back to the front. Otherwise, this unit is not going to strive for much longer. Awesome. What I'm actually going to do is I'm going to bring the Zealot to the front. Because then I'm going to bring Fel to the front, and now you're going to attack next. Trying to get as much slays as possible. Now, do you want to apply more damage shields? Infinite damage shields. Oh yeah, I say infinite. We have 4 damage shields. It's going to block 3 of these damages here. We're going to have 1 left over. It's not too bad. And we got an Incanted unit once again. After we deploy our units, our energy isn't really that great here. Yeah, now that we decrease the cost of our cards as well. Well, let's just stack up our damage. You're going to gain some block anyway, so it doesn't matter too much. I'm going to place our gold 2 down. And yeah, I'm not going to take out any units with our spells. Because we want our friendo coming in with big massive sweeps, taking out the enemies, grabbing as much slays as possible. And honestly, dude in the back hasn't done too much. To be honest, let's grab our damage shields. Let's apply this for now. We could do this, lose a damage shield, but get even more damage stacked up. I don't think it's even going to be necessary here. Yeah, I think we have this one in the bag. I don't think it's going to be even close here. I say, not even going to be close. Fel is dead. Fel is definitely dead. If I bring you to the front, we save Fel, and you get a bunch of... You actually just get died. You actually just die. We're bringing Fel back to the front. That is for sure. Hell yeah. Shouldn't be too bad. We do lose Fel, but in the process, it's not going to matter too much here. Now, can we get a slay with our Zealot? It doesn't look like so. Oh, we can actually. That's awesome. Another +1 damage to our equipment. It's pretty nice. 475 gold is crazy good value for us though. Lady Songbird versus Sanctuary versus Descend but apply 2 melee weakness. We could grab Lady Songbird. Lady Songbird is going to be better than Miser for sure. But then we can't place in Miser. I mean, it's going to be so much damage. But our deck is... I don't think we're going to take it for now. It will be so much damage. Maybe we should have taken it. It is what it is. I don't really want any of these cards. Fanning the Flame, Explosive. Yeah, it's too late to take a Scaling Yoke. Scaling Spell. We've got Welty Whelp. Yeah, I'm just going to skip for now. Do we just take this? I think we're going to save for now. We can always take it in the next round anyway. Before the fight. Honestly, yeah, we're going to take it because it is the final fight. Now, another Merchant of Steel. Honestly, there's no point going to Merchant of Steel here because, yeah, units are already upgraded as much as we can. So at least Merchant Magic with a duplicate and a bunch of golds versus 2 removals. I really do want the removals though. Removals are going to be super valuable. Merchant Magic though, I'm going to go here because we can get another consume removal. Holdover's nice. It means whenever you play a card, you keep drawing that card afterwards. It's nice. -2 but gain consume. Not great here either. I think I'm just going to reroll. Yeah, I don't really want any of these for now. Can we get remove consume? We can't, unfortunately. Permafrost then on Heroic Dive I'm going to take. Means we can keep it in our hand at all times. Double stack is nuts. And I really want it on a remove consume. I might place it here. Applying 4 Valour, I think it's going to be a nice upgrade. -1 energy cost, not really that fantastic to be honest. We should actually not spend all our money here because we got a Merchant of Trinkets. When we play 3 different kind of cards in one turn, draw 1, gain 1 power. When a friendly unit gains Valour, it gains +1 stack. I mean, I've never taken an artifact as fast as possible in my life. That's going to be so much damage. And the crazy thing is, if you take the permanent shifting Fel, they permanently gain that stacks of Valour as well. So if you get that early, that's crazy. We're playing 3 different cards. We do play units, we do play spells, we don't necessarily play too much equipment here. We also got +44 damage, which is kind of nuts. Big spell, big equipment. Not too pushy about this, I'm also not too pushy about that, so I'm going to reroll here again. When a unit without Pyrogel gains Pyrogel, it gains +6 stacks. Blights and Scourge cost 0. It's kind of nice. At the end of battle, gain 3 Horde if your Pyre took no damage. That would have been nice. honestly tried to run, which we didn't really get. Now, I'd like both of these. This is nice for first time units. It's not that great here, so I think I might actually take this. I'm not sure if Seraph summons in units with Blights and Scourges, but it's actually not that great here either, to be honest. We do get our money. We can go back here. I don't think I actually really want any of these upgrades. Merchant and Trinkets, then we can actually just buy both of these. I mean, it's not bad. We could also just remove a bunch of cards, which I'm kind of down for too. Now, what do you want to upgrade? I mean, just a bunch of damage shields. I'm kind of down for a bunch of damage shields. I mean, we could upgrade an extra Zealot, but we can't place him down. We could grab another Heroic Dive so we can fit gold 2 in, but it's not going to be too worthy here. We could get plus 44 damage on a Bloodthirsty Blade as well. But I think with this Seraph, since you're going to be applying a lot of corruption, I think we're actually going to duplicate our selfless sacrifice here for damage shields. Yeah, and I think we're just going to remove a bunch of cards. Getting rid of fire starters. You've consumed, so I'm not too pushy about our golden torches here. The fire starters, though, yeah, they can definitely go. Just making our deck a little bit more consistent here. Overall. And yeah, that's all we can really do. Hell yeah, what a super fun build, to be honest. To be honest, it was brought alive with Zealots here. Getting those upgrades, the extra slots, with a duplicate is crazy. But let's go ahead and take on the final boss. Can we take on Seraph? We'll see. Seraph applies corruption to your units each turn. Doubles the corruption on strike. So that could be a bit rough if it's going to apply to all the units. So we could be in trouble here. Yeah, this could be troublesome. I'm again going to set up on bottom floor with Butter Zealots. We're going to apply our Bloodthirsty Blade here. Let's apply our Hell Furnace. And let's go. That's going to be a lot of freaking corruption. Fel is dead. If we don't have our selfless sacrifice here, Fel is literally dead. Fel is still dead. Fel is alive. Hell yeah. And we're going to keep applying damage shields as much as possible. Magma Mauler, I'm going to place... I do want to start getting rid of our units here so we can get our selfless sacrifice as much as possible, because we need a bunch of freaking damage shields. Like an insane amount. 70 block. Not too bad. Every unit is going to be Persian here, and 520 damage to the boss. Already. Hell yeah. No, it's going to be a lot of corruption stacked up. We kind of want to split some units, to be honest, through the floors. Because that corruption doesn't decrease. We're going to be taking that damage every round. Which means... It does mean I'm still going to place Miser down below. We've got our Rogue Dive. Let's play you so we get a bit more HP on our unit. Applying more Pyrogel. Now, unfortunately, you reanimate, which is not so great here. I think I'm still going to use it on you, though. But we do got to move on. Now, the thing is... Yeah, our units are going to be pretty much dead. Outside of our friendos here. Now I'm going to place our gold 2 up top. And more damage shields. So we don't take as much damage. Stack up this as well. And that's going to be pretty good. Now, unfortunately, Magma Mauler does get taken out, but it does mean Seraph is going to go to a different floor. That's 72 corruption on Fel. And so we just need to keep stacking up. We're doing so much damage to the boss. Holy moly, that's crazy damage. I mean, we might take out Seraph before the final wave, to be honest. We're still surviving here. These damage shields actually coming in super clutch, to be quite honest. Now the thing is, we could actually bring you down floor, but it's 120 damage to the boss, which is kind of nuts. I'm just gonna cause... You know what, I kind of want the boss to come back down to the bottom floor, so I'm not going to do that. Apply a bunch of Valour. We have so much Valour, it's kind of crazy. I'm going to get a lot of block. That's a bunch of corruption. I'm lucky that we do have a crazy absurd amount of damage shields. That duplicate on the damage shields was kind of crazy. Now, unfortunately, these units are only going to survive one more wave. But the boss is dead. With 3 waves remaining. That's kind of crazy. Nice damage shields. Nice damage shields. Do we grab ourselves another treasure here? You know what? Might as well. Grab a little bit more damage. Hell yeah. Seraph the Aeternus with our big Zealot Sweepers. Yeah, it didn't matter too much here. It's kind of awesome. Bunch of Revenge, that's 89, that's 181 Corruption here. Yeah, without these damage shields, Cael definitely would not have survived here. That's a 260 smash. Not too bad. We got a crazy absurd amount of points as well. Hell yeah. And that's that. We did take out the final boss. Awesome. Big explosions. What's our score going to be? Something incredible, hopefully. We'll see. 47,000. Not too bad. I have no idea if that's good or bad. But hey, we leveled up 2 levels 2. We got an Eagle Heart, which Consume Advance. Hell yeah. We also got a new artifact. And we also got Rising Rage, which is kind of nice. Then we also got another artifact. Upgrading our Pyreborne. Gain Horde. Summon it well. Produce cooldown of friendly units by 1. Nice. Smashing. And awesome. We got a Covenant rank up 2. Battles have additional enemies. Not too bad. And we also mastered some of our cards here. We got Fel, we got a Zealot, and Hell Furnace as well. And 9 more too. But hey, there's going to be a lot of freaking clans here. But we're actually mastering some of the cards here, which is kind of nice too. But anyways, I'm going to leave you here for now. Let me know if you'd like to see the Pyreborne run with potentially Fel as a backup unit. Or maybe I try to unlock Luna Coven. But let me know if you'd like to see more of this. Anyways, I'm going to leave you here for now. Just want to say thanks for watching. If you enjoyed the video, please leave a like, comment, or even subscribing. And I hope you can look up for the next one. I'll see you next time.